Well, we had a new top scorer in the NBA Summer League and some possible rule changes for next season. Welcome to Game Time. He's Antonio Daniels. I'm Cris Miles, and the NBA Board of Governors passed the implementation of in-game challenges for head coaches next season. The challenge can be used on fouls, out of bounds, and goaltending violations. Each team gets a single challenge per game. You have to call a timeout first and then signal to the refs. Under the last 2 minutes of the fourth quarter and overtime, you can only challenge a foul against your team. AD, this seems a bit drastic. Is this a good move by the league?
I think it's a good move. And the main reason is because when you're talking about the last 2 minutes of a game and overtime, the game it comes down to inches. And you want to get it right. And I know if you're out there, you're saying, well, it's going to slow the game down even more. You talk about the replay booth and all these other things that are going on. But if you're a coach, you want an opportunity when you see something that you can, a call that can be changed, a goaltending call, a foul call, you see an opportunity to change that. I think you should be able to voice your opinion in that way.
Well, that's certainly something we're going to be interested to see how it's implemented next season. There's another issue that Adam Silver had to address. The news of Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving going to Brooklyn leaked as soon as players were able to officially begin speaking with teams, right? And that was just the tip of the iceberg, suggesting rampant tampering. Commissioner Adam Silver also addressed that very issue at a press conference.
I think it's pointless at the end of the day to have rules that we can't enforce. I think it hurts the perception of integrity around the league if people say, well, you have that rule. And it's obvious that teams aren't fully complying, so why do you have it? And I think the sense of the room was we should revisit those rules, think about what does make sense for our teams so that ultimately we can create a level playing field among the teams and that the partner teams have confidence that that their competitors are adhering to the same set of rules they are.
So how do you slow down tampering, or as we would call it if you and I did it, communicating?
Right. It depends on what you're referring to, player to player or organization to player. Because if you're talking about player to player, there is no way of stopping relationships that have been built since AAU basketball. Organization to player is different. You and I were just talking about the fact that free agency opened at 6 o'clock Eastern. And before free agency even opened, you knew where some of the top stars in the NBA were going. We knew where Kevin Durant was going. We knew where Kemba Walker was going. We knew where Kyrie Irving was going. So how did these deals get done if free agency doesn't open until 6 Eastern?
That's a great question. I think we can get to the answer of that. See, there are two developing stories regarding Kevin Durant's commitment to the Brooklyn Nets. Sean Marks gathered his medical staff and asked who was in favor of committing a max contract to Kevin Durant. And every hand shot up despite that torn Achilles. That's the first story. The second story, back to our theme. Well, let's hear from the general manager himself.
The Instagram post that he put out, we were all sitting in the office and we all got that in real time with you guys. And we weren't even sure if we were getting a meeting that night or it was going to be a telephone conversation with him. I'm not going to sit here and tell them, well, we'd like to discuss the contract with you. And it's pretty much, we know what we're getting into.
Now, I get it. It's a new day, right? Social media, those sort of things. But it's a bit odd for a general manager to say, hey, I learned of a guy that we're committing over $140 million to, right, over 4 years, that I learned of that commitment on Instagram. Do you buy that?
I love Sean. I love Sean Marks. Played with him in New Orleans, stand-up guy. But I do have a difficult time believing that you found out Kevin Durant was joining your organization via social media. There had to be some sort of communication prior to, with his agent, with him. Obviously you communicated with Kyrie Irving because he signed as well. But, when you have a role player that joins your organization, okay, maybe you kind of find out last minute. When you're talking about one of the top 2 or 3 players in the league that is joining your organization, it's difficult to think, well, it came down to an Instagram post to find that out.
So that number for Kevin Durant actually over 160. So when you put that in perspective, that much money on the table, it seems as if there had to be a conversation before 6 o'clock, right? So where there's smoke, there's fire. You agree that they spoke to Kevin Durant before the official time.
Right. Maybe you spoke to him, but maybe at the time when you spoke to him, he didn't let you know that I'm joining your organization. Maybe he kind of left it up in the air. Well, I'm going to leave my options open. Maybe I'm going to go back to Golden State. I'm going to entertain other opportunities. But there was a conversation that was had, for sure.
Well, certainly Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, two of the best in the league, closers, if you will. With the first two picks in the draft sitting out Summer League with injuries, a lot of attention has been paid to the highest pick that's still on the court. Third overall pick, R.J. Barrett, shot 7 for 33 in his first two games. He looked for a better performance against the Raptors, and I believe, A.D., he did perform better. He remains aggressive.
Right.
Even when his shots getting blocked, when he misses a couple in a row. Do you like that about how he's playing?
I do like that. I'm not a big fan of Summer League. For a number of different reasons. But for R.J. Barrett, he just has to continue to stay aggressive. He has to continue to be himself, but he also has to learn to play without the basketball. Because if you go back to high school, he was a number one player coming out. So he was used to having the ball in his hands. You go to Duke, he was used to having the ball in his hands. Now he's playing with other talent. Now he's playing with Kevin Knox. Now he's going to be playing with Dennis Smith Jr. Other guys that are used to having the basketball in their hands. So now you have to figure out other ways to be effective on the floor without dominating the ball.
Well, another guy that was effective on the floor for the Toronto Raptors, Cris, who scored 23 points. He played in just 28 games last year, looking for an opportunity there in Toronto. But let's get back to R.J. Barrett. You see the numbers from this game on Tuesday night as compared to his first two games. Look, he got close to a triple-double, right? 17 points, it looks like, 10 rebounds, 6 assists, but the turnovers also way down.
Okay, I'm going to tell you, Cris, why I'm not a big fan of Summer League. For these guys, for guys that are 1, 2, 3 picks for lottery players.
Explain, yep.
Because it's a no-win situation. So if R.J. Barrett goes out here and he dominates the Summer League, you know what people say? Oh, it's just Summer League. It doesn't matter. He's not playing against anybody. Half of these guys won't be on NBA rosters, maybe. But if he goes out and he struggles, now people start to talk bad about him, like, they should have drafted someone else. I have seen and played with guys that have balled out in Summer League and struggled in the regular season. And I've seen and played with guys that have struggled in the Summer League and balled out in the regular season. So this is just a great experience for R.J. Barrett to get some reps in before the regular season starts.
Absolutely. So best of luck to R.J. Barrett and the New York Knicks. And they're in the middle of some interesting free agency news. Veteran guard Reggie Bullock is restructuring his deal with the Knicks to possibly make space for Marcus Morris. Originally, the former Celtic reportedly agreed to a 2-year, $20 million deal with the Spurs. However, the Knicks have offered him 1 year, $15 million. This according to ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski. Very interesting developing situation with Marcus Morris.
Yeah, so when Adam Silver is talking about free agency and different things that can happen, you have to look at this situation for Marcus Morris. He basically told the San Antonio Spurs, you know what, I'm going to commit to you guys that 2-year, $20 million deal. And then he backs out because the Knicks offer him a 1-year, $15 million deal. But in that process, the Spurs restructured their contract and they trade away Davis Bertans. So now if you're Adam Silver, this is another component of free agency that you really have to pay attention to and look at kind of altering the rules here. I'm not sure what you can do, though.
Yeah, this seems like a sidebar considering DeAndre Jordan a few years ago when he accepted the deal from the Mavericks, then went back to the Clippers. That was a much bigger deal, but it's something we're starting to see in the offseason as well. Okay, 3-time champion Shaun Livingston, he's on the market. The 33-year-old was waived by the Golden State Warriors. Again, according to Adrian Wojnarowski, Livingston does not plan to retire and will pursue another opportunity in the league. Well, a late lottery pick has been on fire in Vegas for the Heat. Stay with us. You're watching Game Time.
There's a place built on power, but that's not the only game in town. And you don't always have to put the pedal to the metal to flex your muscle. Welcome to Muscleville, a Dodge owner's paradise, where best-in-class V6 fuel economy joins forces with the most technologically advanced vehicle in its class to make America's fastest, most capable 3-row SUV a force to be reckoned with anywhere. Hurry in for great deals at the Dodge 4th of July sales event.
Summer. Relaxation, fun in the sun, adventure, and once-in-a-lifetime experiences. But wait, what's missing? You. Power up your summer with 5-Hour Energy. and win one of 5 amazing experiences. Buy any 5-Hour Energy product, including Cherry Extra Strength. Snap a picture of your receipt and send it in. Because it's about time you are having the time of your life. Power up your summer with 5-Hour Energy.
In every trip, there's room for more than just the business you came for. Whether that's taking in every moment or capturing a moment worth bringing back, that's room for possibility. In every trip, there's room for more than just the business you came for. Whether that's getting a taste of where you are or bringing some of that flavor back home, that's room for possibility.
Everyone loves a throwback, but I haven't worn that suit in a while. Or those shoes. Luckily, I still have them. Because the clothes that once gave you confidence can help someone get their career back on track. So throw back and donate at Men's Warehouse today.
What is that?
Mine. Why?
It's just that it's...
Lavender? Yes, it is. It's for men.
But I like the smell of it.
If only there was a place nearby you could get one of these. Or these. Good thing they're sold literally everywhere business is done. I'm pretty sure you could buy them at a bank. Not sorry, Reese's.
Chili's 3 for $10 makes dinner so easy. Everyone in your family is only $10. Even your kid's friend who's always around at $10 a head. Trevor can stay 3 for $10, baby bucks, baby bucks. Mm-hmm. Together we Chili's, oh yeah, baby, yeah.
When I look in the mirror, all I see is a superstar.
The whole world's watching.
The world hasn't seen anything like me yet. It's time to go to work.
The 2019 MGM Resorts NBA Summer League continues tomorrow at 3:30 p.m. Eastern.
On NBA TV.
Miami Heat, Orlando Magic. There's a reason why we're showing you Tyler Hero. But first, Emil Jefferson going to the basket. But Tyler Hero, 13th pick in the draft, 25 points, 7 and 5 left outside. You got to get the memo to cover.
Yeah, he's shot ready and a quick shot release.
Special player, Duncan Robinson, also I think we have a theme in this one. The Jays all day. Daquan Jeffries, putting the J in Jeffries.
Welcome to the modern day NBA. Run to the three-point line, knock it down.
And then Hero with the dime to Kyle Alexander. Kendrick Nunn. Hey, the mid-range game is not gone.
Yeah, there's somebody at home right now saying, by analytics, that's a really bad shot.
Miami gets the win 96-92, but I'm going to rattle off a couple of other 13th picks in the draft recently. Donovan Mitchell, Devin Booker. Are those too lofty of comparisons to put on Hero? Kentucky guy, like Devin Booker, overlooked a bit in that draft.
Well, after, a few games in Summer League, you're talking about, two of the most impressive young players in today's NBA. But Tyler Hero has opened a lot of eyes, and me being one of them. His ability to create for himself, to create for his teammates, to knock down shots, and his overall confidence is something that you can take out of Summer League and transmit that will carry over to the next level.
Well, apparently eyes could possibly be open around the league because he is linked to a former MVP, the only guy to average triple-doubles in 3 consecutive seasons, Russell Westbrook. Is that fair to say that link is a real thing?
Well, there's a reason that Tyler hasn't been signed yet. There's a reason he hasn't signed his deal yet. And, when you talk about Russell Westbrook and everything that's transpiring right now in Oklahoma City, one of the teams rumored to land Russell Westbrook is the Miami Heat. And if you are the Miami Heat and you are trying to acquire Russell, Tyler Hero, do you put him in that deal? Because if you sign him now, you can't move him for 30 days. So there's definitely something there between Tyler Hero and Russell Westbrook. Does Russell Westbrook end up in Miami in a Heat uniform? Is Tyler Hero end up in Oklahoma City along with a couple other guys? Remains to be seen.
Well, and it seems like if the Thunder have any position that they're deep, it's the point guard position. Dennis Schroeder, also Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. How does Tyler Hero fit in if he's part of that trade?
Well, Tyler Hero will be your shooting guard. That's what he does. And, one of the things that Oklahoma City has been missing for quite some time now is that knockdown shooter. You know, they drafted Alex Abrinas a few years ago, and he took a hiatus from the team this past year, so I don't know what's going on as far as his future is concerned. But one thing that the Oklahoma City Thunder have needed for quite some time, is a guy like Tyler Hero, a guy that can spread the floor, knock down shots.
And another possible all-star moving this offseason. That would be incredible to see Russell Westbrook playing for the Miami Heat or any other team for that matter. Denver, Boston, Javonte Green. I'm trying to get noticed. Coach, here I am, 43, running the floor. Notice me. I'm throwing it down on cats.
You want to get noticed? Every time you touch the basketball, dunk it. Somebody's bound to notice.
Boston, down by 7. Brandon Goodwin.
That's tough.
The finish over Taco Fall. That's 7-6. Getting it over him, getting it to drop.
Giant killer. 7'6" with about a 10-foot wingspan.
It's Jordan Davis on the finish, and Carson Edwards, second-round pick. There's value there. Don't forget, 33rd overall.
I've always liked Carson Edwards. You know, out of Purdue, he's a shot maker. He's a shot taker. He can create his own shot. Heck of a pickup in the second round.
Taco Fall, undrafted. Why is that?
Well, I think maybe he was undrafted because you're just unsure. You know, his size is somewhat scary, so you don't want to take that risk. But I think that he's answered a lot of questions in Summer League by getting up and down the floor, showing he has a motor.
Give him a spot, Boston. He deserves one. Pacers, Hawks, Jordan Seibert. So hot he could heat the sun up.
Shoot that thing.
4 threes in the first half. Atlanta ahead 26-16. Michael McIntosh, also good in transition. And then Alize Johnson. That's a great first name.
Yes, it is.
Just say it.
Yes, it is.
Parents had fun naming him.
Right. What you like about these highlights is the fact that it's a summer league and it's your opportunity to shine, but you see guys doing a great job of playing together. The ball distribution in some of these summer league games, it's nice.
And it's rare that we see excellent defense, but we see it there, and the finish on the other end by Jerry McCall. Nick Ward also going coast-to-coast, defense optional there, though.
Yeah, that's one of those buckets where, you know, you got 8 points and you want to get to double figures. The game's over already.
Hawks get the win. Little Nas X posterizing in Summer League. You're watching Game Time.
This is more than a court. This is a stage, a spotlight, a stump in the public square. This is a place where athletes, driven by dreams and fueled by fans, are going to rewrite history as her story. This is a place to make way for change. And now is the time to watch the games.
Please send help! I'm trapped with my father in our house! It's flooded! They're everywhere!
Miller Lite is brewed for great taste with only 96 calories and 0 grams of sugar. So when one's done, it's the perfect time to start another. Miller Lite. Hold true.
Everyone loves a throwback, but I haven't worn that suit in a while. Or those shoes. Luckily, I still have them. Because the clothes that once gave you confidence can help someone get their career back on track. So throw back and donate at Men's Warehouse today.
When you rent a car on Turo, you're renting from a real person. No shuttle rides, no waiting in line, and no wandering a car lot. This is better than your typical car rental. This is Turo. Download the app today.
Hey, isn't that Frank Thomas?
Yeah, the big hurt.
More like the big hunk. Frank Thomas?
Oh, hi there.
Well, you look like you could still be playing. I know, right?
Well, I'm feeling a lot stronger and leaner with a lot more energy and drive. So what's your secret? Nugenix Total T.
Wish my husband used it.
He can. It's easy. Just send a text.
If you're a guy over 40, text SET to 231-231. Now to get a complimentary bottle of award-winning Nugenix, the #1 selling free testosterone booster at GNC. Nugenix is a unique man-boosting formula powered by Testofen, a patented key ingredient clinically researched to help boost your free testosterone levels, to help you feel stronger, leaner, with more energy and drive, more passion too.
Here, try a bottle. And trust me, she'll like it too.
Text SET to 231-231. Now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. That's S-E-T to 231-231.
Okay, so anytime we say you and the team, Anthony Simons and Portland Trailblazers taking on the Utah Jazz, you know that you balled out.
I tell you what, this young man can go. He can play. If you remember last year at the end of the regular season, Portland needed a win as far as the playoffs go with playoff positioning, and they sat everyone. And Anthony Simons came out and put up north of 30 points and led that team to a victory.
Well, he was 5 for 5 behind the three-point arc in the first, but Nasir Little please pose for my poster.
Watch out.
He fell in the draft 25th overall, and the guy that was a projected lottery pick.
Right.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know. And a lot of people are saying that he was the steal of the draft. Now with Portland, this could be a great place and a great opportunity for him. For a lot of these rookies, it's all about where you get drafted.
Anthony Simons with a chance to lock it up, but an access denied. Still, though, the Jazz win 97-93, but for our three-point performance of the night presented by Mountain Dew, it was Simons. Provided both quality and quantity from long range for the Blazers. Nailed 6 of 7 three-point shots to score 2019 Summer League high 35 points.
It's a matter of time. It's a matter of time for him before he starts getting those regular minutes and putting up numbers.
Okay, report. Minnesota Timberwolves are declining to match the Memphis Grizzlies' 3-year, $28 million offer sheet to restricted free agent Tyus Jones. It looks like he's headed to Memphis. Phoenix, Memphis, dime drop in time, and his name is Ravonte Rice. Nice. Finding Ray Spalding. Nice. Got to give credit to the passers.
You do, especially in Summer League, because everybody's trying to open someone's eyes. You know, it's a lot about scoring. That's what the NBA is a lot about. And it's nice to see these guys out here moving the basketball, playing together, making their teammates better.
That guy knocking him down was Tyler Harvey at 16 at the half. That guy finishing at the rim is Brandon Clark, 21st pick from Gonzaga. These picks in the 20s seem to have a lot of potential from this draft.
Right, and Brandon Clark, this could be a great situation for him, because if you saw him during the season alongside Rui Hachimura, one of the things he was great at is finishing at the rim. He is a freakish athlete.
A sign that Grayson Allen should come with, have game, will hustle.
Oh, yeah. Have game, will hustle.
And then on the other
right.
hand, Grizzlies get the win 79-69. Houston, Sacramento, Hollis Thompson making it happen. Ooh, staying with the play. But that is Isaiah Hartenstein, who trips over the bench on his way down, unable to put any weight on that leg, and leaves the game. You never want to see that.
Yeah, you hate to see that, especially in Summer League. Hate to see it.
Kyle Guy, 55th pick in the draft. I think he's going to have a spot in the regular season.
Oh, yeah. You think so? He has some playoff pedigree, big-time championship experience with Virginia.
Most outstanding player in the Final Four. And he's been outstanding in the Summer League. How about that outstanding pass from Samaj Christian? But Chris Clemens, undrafted out of Campbell.
I tell you what, if you want to make the Houston Rockets roster, show that you can do that. Show that you can shoot the basketball.
Houston gets the win at 94-92. Croatia, OKC, and that's Hamidou Diallo that you see. And anytime, again, we show a guy, before we show the highlight, you know that he showed out. There's Deontay Burton throwing it down.
He's an athlete as well. He can get off the ground himself.
But Hamidou, a second-year guy, you want to see the growth. And that, what we just saw there, you didn't see during the regular season very often.
Right.
But he's taking it to another level.
Right. And this is what I mean with Summer League. It's great to build guys' confidence moving to the regular season. Because like you said, Chris, last year during the regular season, he didn't get an opportunity to do all this with the basketball.
And a nice finish again by Hamidou, 11 points, 5 of 12 from the field. Leget's Dort.
That's the ball movement we were talking about.
Then Kevin Hervey, 13 points for him. OKC gets the win, 84-76. Coming up next, we take you to the WNBA when the Sparks are in action.
When When I look in the mirror, all I see is a superstar.
I see a leader.
I see an unfinished product.
I see myself as very versatile.
Extremely competitive
I
player.
just see what's to come.
I see myself as the first Zion. The world hasn't seen anything like me yet.
It's time to go to work.
The 2019 MGM Resorts NBA Summer League continues.
Watch us on NBA TV.
Here I come.
Anybody order fried sauerkraut?
I got a six-pack in the back. Thought we'd order a pizza. All right.
That was the best acting I've ever seen.
Chili's 3 for $10 makes dinner so easy. Everyone in your family is only $10. Even your kid's friend who's always around. At $10 a head, Trevor can stay. 3 for $10, baby bucks, baby bucks.
Mm-hmm.
Together we Chili's, oh yeah, baby, yeah.
At AutoZone, you get what you need when you need it. Got a today job? Pick it up free same day at your local AutoZone. More of a tomorrow project? Order as late as 10 p.m. with free next day delivery. Getting the job done just got easier.
In every trip, there's room for more than just the business you came for. Whether that's keeping up with what you always do, or training for something you've never done before, that's room for possibility.
There's a place built on power, but that's not the only game in town. And you don't always have to put the pedal to the metal to flex your muscle. Welcome to Muscleville, a Dodge owner's paradise, where best-in-class V6 fuel economy joins forces with the most technologically advanced vehicle in its class to make America's fastest, most capable three-row SUV a force to be reckoned with anywhere. Hurry in for great deals at the Dodge 4th of July sales event.
Summer League rests for 9th overall pick Rui Hachimura. 13th pick from last year, Jerome Robinson, only played in 33 games for the Clippers. What do you make of that?
This is opportunity for him. I mean, that's what Summer League is for. The thing is, you're auditioning not for the team that you're playing for. You're auditioning for 29 other teams out there to get a look at you and see what you can do.
Well, he hit the corner three. Then Robinson creating his own shot. Looking good. Clippers ahead by 12. Move now to the second half.
Hey.
Terrence Mann left open.
It's good ball movement. You know, that's not what you're used to seeing in Summer League. That's really, really good ball movement.
And then Cabangeli, your 27th pick from the draft, knocking it down. Like you said, I mean, for Summer League, great ball movement by the Clippers. That's a big reason they won this one 90-72. Tons of Summer League action continues on Wednesday right here on NBA TV. 5 games starting at 3, ending at 11. We're heading now to the WNBA. Sparks and Wings, that's our colleague Candace Parker. That right ankle giving her trouble after she sprained it in the first quarter. Glory Johnson, glory, knocking it down. And then Marina Mabry cutting that lead down to 5, but Kayla Thornton bumping it back up. Dallas gets the victory, 74-62. Time to go at the buzzer. The true definition of irony comes in the form of this year's Canada Games. As we all know, the reigning Finals MVP bolted from Canada's lone NBA franchise, Toronto Raptors, to go play for the LA Clippers. Well, in the Canada game in the preseason, October 17th, the Clippers are playing the Mavericks in Vancouver. So that is the very definition. But you played for the Vancouver Grizzlies. How much do they miss the NBA? You said it was a great place to play.
It was a beautiful, beautiful place to play. Great city, really good fans that were learning about the NBA game at that time. My question to you is this, though. If Kawhi Leonard would have signed somewhere else, would that team be playing in Canada as well?
They should, because it seems like a great place to play and a lot of fun to be had. He's Antonio Daniels. I'm Cris Miles. Thanks for kicking in with us.
Chinanu Onuaku taking the tip for the Celtics. Denver controls were underway. Here's Vanderbilt. Drives on Onuaku. Goodwin out top. Williams didn't pick him up, and Goodwin made him pay. That's the kind of sharp shooting skills he's shown so far over the last first two games. Little dribble handoff action. Corner three is short by Tremont Waters. Williams couldn't finish inside, and back come the Nuggets on the break. Welsh posting up. Got stripped by Onuaku. Good defense.
It was. I thought Goodwin could have hit him a little bit quicker. But one hard dribble to the baseline, soft little wraparound pass.
Here's Harrison. Aaron Harrison, one of the Harrison twins. Played in Turkey last year. And Williams with a nice free throw jump shot.
I like this young man's attitude. I really do. I've sat with all four of these Celtics rookies. I was amazed at their maturity and their team-mindedness. You don't see that at Summer League. Usually there's so many individual agendas. Not with this group.
Scott Morrison, assistant coach, has really set a nice tone for this group. A whistle, that's going to be an offensive foul against Vlatko Kančar. Kančar, the Slovenian, played in the European League last year.
Won a Eurobasket title.
Yes.
That's a big deal. That kid can play. They are excited about him.
Yeah, he was on the same squad as Goran Dragic that won that championship a couple of summers ago in a major upset. First time ever that Slovenia had won Eurobasket. Nice tip in underneath by Onuaku. Boston out to a 1-point lead, just underway here at Cox Pavilion. Mark Jones alongside Doris Burke. George Sedano courtside. Goodwin kicks it back out. Good find to Kančar. Long three. And rebounded by Boston. Aaron Harrison with a deep three. He comes up a little bit short. Played for Galatasaray in Turkey last year. Averaged 13.1 points per game in a very competitive EuroLeague. And that's going to be an offensive foul.
Onuaku is a guy who brings great intellect to this. Just really good anticipation there. 6'9", 250 pounds. He looks like he's very well conditioned. I saw him early in his career at Louisville.
Didn't look quite as
He didn't
shredded.
look as cut as that.
He's been on that VersaClimber that you got, right?
Yeah, that was the best purchase ever besides the mic.
Here's Williams, corner side pocket three, a little bit strong. Back come the Nuggets. Vanderbilt back to Goodwin. They called for the alley-oop. I'm not sure that Goodwin was sure whether he wanted to shoot it or not. The big fella called for it. Goodwin said, "I got it myself." Foul's going to go against the Denver Nuggets. Number 51, Tremont Waters, out of New Haven, Connecticut. 51st pick overall. He's running the show at point along with Harrison.
Well, both of these teams, really, their rosters at near capacity. You have to wonder, they've already signed the Celtics. Am I saying it correctly? Struss as their two-way guy?
Yes.
Max Struss. So, you know, who else? Is it Waters who gets that second two-way?
There were some reports that indicated that was the sentiment to be, if not already. Onuaku with a nice spinning shot inside. Meanwhile, you caught a shot courtside of Jamal Murray recently signing a max extension for the Denver Nuggets. So moving forward, this Denver team, they've got Jokic locked up, Murray locked up. Those two guys were arguably the most dynamic pick and roll combination. It wasn't always the traditional way that they ran it either, Doris.
Listen, it's Jamal is actually, as their point guard, and I say that in name only, he's their best screener. And their center is their best passer, and arguably the best, maybe not arguably, the best passing big man in the league. Nikola
Many
Jokic.
would agree, yep.
Yeah. I had him as my first team center. I assume you did as well?
No.
Really? Embiid?
I went with Embiid.
Wow.
I like my bigs doing a little bit more at the defensive end, although his offense is really, really good. I've seen too many games where Coach Malone had to take him out at the end of the game. Nice move underneath by Waters. But that's the beauty of balloting, right?
That's correct. Well, we're near a commercial, and we've got the great, and I mean the great, Jackie McMullen, who's going to join us on the other side. So you're going to want to, not till under 3, I'm being told. That's brutal. She's sitting right here. We got to put her to work now. Forget under 3.
If you're in the vicinity near a headset, you're working.
And you're the great Jackie McMullen. Like, come on now.
Harrison on the wing. Guarded by Chanchar. Nice block inside. Nuggets in transition. That would go on the Euro step for Vanderbilt.
Second
That should be an
charge
offensive
drawn.
foul, yep. Timeout on the floor. Boston leading 8-5.
At AutoZone, you get what you need when you need it. Got a today job? Pick it up free same day at your local AutoZone. More of a tomorrow project? Order as late as 10 p.m. with free next day delivery. Getting the job done just got easier.
Need a car? Good old days.
There we go.
However you get there, make an entrance. Turo, way better than a rental car. Fast and Furious presents Hobbs & Shaw in theaters August 2nd.
I can't believe it. That I won the Best of sweepstakes and I get to be in this Geico commercial?
Let's do the eyebrows first. Just tease it a little. Slather it all over. Go no back.
Well, the squirrels followed me all the way out to California, and there's a very strange badger staring at me.
No, I can't believe how easy it was to save hundreds of dollars on my car insurance with Geico.
Uh-huh. Where's the camel?
Mr. Big Shot's got his own trailer.
Roll out, rush in, drop back, deep fan on.
Believe it. Geico could save you 15% or more on your car insurance.
Chili's 3 for $10 makes dinner so easy. Everyone in your family is only $10. Even your kid's friend who's always around. At $10 a head, Trevor can stay. 3 for $10, baby bucks, baby bucks.
Mm-hmm.
Together we Chili's, oh yeah, baby, yeah.
Selling on Poshmark is crazy simple. All you have to do is post a picture, add a description, add a price, and you're pretty much good to go. Right now I'm selling Air Jordans and Nikes and Adidas, anything really performance related or style related.
Download the free Poshmark app now.
In every trip, there's room for more than just the business you came for. Whether that's taking in every moment or capturing a moment worth bringing back, that's room for possibility.
Everyone loves a throwback, but I haven't worn that suit in a while. Or those shoes. Luckily, I still have them. Because the clothes that once gave you confidence can help someone get their career back on track. So throw back and donate at Men's Warehouse today.
There are those who see the challenges facing the nation and say, send me. They fight for country. They fight for honor. They fight to win. Do you have what it takes? Find out at goarmy.com/warriors.
When I look in the mirror, all I see is a superstar.
I see a leader.
I see the unfinished product.
I see myself as very versatile.
Extremely competitive
I
player.
just see what's to come.
I see myself as the first Zion. The world hasn't seen anything like me yet.
It's time to go to work.
The 2019 MGM Resorts NBA Summer League continues tomorrow at 3:30 p.m. Eastern.
Watch us on NBA TV.
in Las Vegas.
That was quite the pool.
Yeah, that's the closest I've been to one all week, Doris. I don't know about you.
Same.
No shows, no pool, no gambling.
No.
This is the show right here, the Summer League. Joined by Jackie McMullen, Danny Ainge, general manager of the Boston Celtics, sitting courtside watching this Summer League crew. Jackie, one of the intriguing teams to me, and it's interesting, everybody's talking about in Vegas, odds-wise, the Lakers and the Clippers co-odds-on favorites to win the NBA championship. What do you make of the Utah Jazz and the machinations they made this summer?
I mean, they probably had the best off-season. Well, I guess we can't say that because the Lakers got Anthony Davis, but they had an incredible off-season, and they knew they had to move on from Ricky Rubio. They made some great decisions. I mean, I don't know if you can call them the favorites in the West, but why is everybody sleeping on Denver?
Yeah, it's a good point.
And if Porter can come back, I know he hurt his knee again, but everybody talks about him. He was going to be a high lottery pick. If he's healthy, they already have depth. As you said, they've locked up their two best players. And some of the young guys, Beasley and some of those other guys, I thought their ceiling is sky's the limit. I spent a little time with them last year, and the vibe was so good.
So great.
Coaching staff is great. So I think they learned a lot in the postseason.
Murray hasn't been an all-star yet. Did they
jump
the gun a little bit on that contract, extending him to the max?
I don't believe so, but I'm probably a little biased. I did a very long, in-depth story with him. And
read it.
The dedication he has to this, and I think he's only scratched the surface. He's got to be better defensively. He knows that.
No question.
And his three-point shooting, I think, can be better. He's his own worst enemy. He puts way too much pressure on himself.
Yeah.
So
he does.
That's to me is a little sign of youth and inexperience that I think can work itself out.
Yeah,
I'm really bullish on Jamal Murray.
He will get better, I think, because as what you said, number one is work ethic. Number two, he had to be subbed out of that 4 overtime game against Portland because they were just attacking him in the post.
Right.
But I agree with you, Jackie, because it's about fit, and Jokic and Jamal Murray, their synergy is something. Did you get any sense of that from the teammates around them, how special that is? What they say?
I forget which one of them said to me that they're the best pick and roll duo in history.
Wow.
Better than Stockton and Malone because of how versatile Jokic is out of the pick and roll. And you made the point, Doris. Everybody thinks pick and roll traditionally, with Jokic rolling, but it's they run it the opposite way, and I don't ever remember Stockton and Malone doing that. I'm not, it's blasphemous to talk about that in any positive way, but the guys on the team understand it and appreciate it, and it's a little daunting for a guy like Monty Morris when he comes in to try to replicate it too.
Right, it's a good point. I have to ask you, just because obviously she's a colleague of ours, somebody that you and I knew when she was at Tennessee. We are sorry to see Kara Lawson leave the broadcast booth because she was brilliant there, but there's a piece of me that believes Kara Lawson is sitting exactly where she should be, Jackie. Your take on the addition of Kara to, as I told her, the freaking Boston Celtics. You're an assistant coach for the Celtics.
So my question is, what took so long? What took so long for the Boston Celtics to hire, and what took other teams so long to even to come up to her afterwards and say, man, if we'd known you're interested, we would have hired you.
Yes,
well, woulda, shoulda, coulda. I'm very happy to say that I've walked past, I don't know how many women in this arena in the last couple of days that have very prominent roles, and I don't know why it took so long, because we all know it doesn't matter. I hope you and I know it as well as anyone. Women know basketball. We use the same ball. I mean, I still use the old ball because I didn't get to play with that little one where I could shoot threes.
I need your best Red Hour back. You're a young reporter for the Boston Globe, and you're sitting next to Red Auerbach, and I just, because you were so at the forefront of women being in this league, Jackie, what's the best Red story with your interaction with him?
Are you kidding? It was the first one. I'm at a game. It's a college game. I'm at center court. He's sitting next to me. He leans over and says, "You want an ice cream?" I'm like, "What?" I get this. I'm covering the game. The ice cream's dripping down my arm. And at halftime, I'm trying to think of something smart to say, And at halftime, the players run off. The cheerleaders go on, and he looks at me and he gestures to the court and he says, "So what do you think?" And I said, I think that BC 2-3 press is really bothering St. John's. He said, No, the girls. Aren't you the cheerleading coach?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's how we started. Yeah. Then we continued by him I said, "Red, no smoking in Boston Garden." He blew his cigar in my face.
Nice.
Wouldn't let him in the locker room for years. But I will tell you this, at the end of his life, I used to call him every 3 weeks. I'd make up a reason. His wife had passed. I'd just make up a reason to call him because I knew he was kind of lonely. And he'd have the game on, and I'd just listen to him talk about the game. I mean, I was very blessed. to have him as, I'd like to call him a friend. I'm not sure that's completely accurate, but someone in my orbit and who really, really, you know, I had to earn the respect, but I think I had it, and I cried like a baby the day he passed. I really did.
Those are some great stories and memories, and it's interesting to see how far things have come. We mentioned Kara Lawson and Lindsey Gottlieb with Cleveland, Swin Cash with the New Orleans
Jenny
Pelicans.
Busek. Yep. There's many.
Yep, Jenny Boo with the Mavs, been around a while there, with Sacramento before that.
Yep. And they're all, I mean, you know, and there's so many more. I mean, we've only scratched the surface of people that can do this.
People don't know you played, though. You played, right, New Hampshire?
Oh, I played, if you want to call it that. I mean, you know, I had this really ugly lefty hook shot. I didn't start playing until my junior year of high school. I was afraid to try out for my own high school team. The great Kathy Delaney Smith was at Harvard, was my high school coach
eventually.
So I was too intimidated to try out for the team. So I was a late bloomer, to say the least. But I had a lot of fun up there. You know, actually, Lindsey Gottlieb was an assistant at UNH for a year, long after I went through there.
Hall of Famer Jackie McMullen, thanks a lot for joining us.
It's my pleasure, guys. Have a great weekend.
Thanks, Jack.
See you later.
You're the best.
Boston with a 4-point lead. Edwards on the deep three a few moments ago. Back for the second quarter in Las Vegas.
There's a place built on power, but that's not the only game in town. Welcome to Muscleville, where America's fastest, most capable three-row SUV makes you a force to be reckoned with anywhere. Hurry in for great deals at the Dodge 4th of July sales event.
What is that?
Mine. Why?
It's just that it's...
Lavender? Yes, it is. It's for men.
But I like the smell of it.
Every time a vacation day interrupts a workday, a Corona gets its line. Every time your favorite getaway is a block away. And every time the last thing you want to do is leave, a Corona gets its line.
Chili's 3 for $10 makes dinner so easy. Everyone in your family is only $10. Even your kid's friend who's always around. At $10 a head, Trevor can stay. 3 for $10, baby bucks, baby bucks.
Mm-hmm.
Together we Chili's, oh yeah, baby, yeah.
Everyone loves a throwback, but I haven't worn that suit in a while. Or those shoes. Luckily, I still have them. Because the clothes that once gave you confidence can help someone get their career back on track. So throw back and donate at Men's Warehouse today.
Lowe's knows you're the deal hunter who does things right, who's armed with research and finally ready to roll. We do it right too, with huge savings on the brands you want. So happy hunting. Shop now for appliance savings like these. Do it right for less. Start with Lowe's.
While America celebrated the fall of Prohibition, Jim Beam didn't raise a single glass. He wanted his first drink to be of his own bourbon. He didn't have much money, but he did have a few friends, people who were raised the right way. Over 120 days, they rebuilt the distillery. And while their names might not be on our bottle, it's because of them we can raise this bourbon today. Jim Beam, raised right.
Look, isn't that Frank Thomas?
Oh, the big hurt.
More like the big hunk. Wow, Frank Thomas.
Hi, how's it going?
Good. You look like you could still be playing. That's what I said.
Well, I am feeling stronger and leaner.
So, Frank, what's your secret?
I discovered Nugenics.
I wish my husband did.
It's easy. Just send a text.
If you're a guy over 40, text 42424 and enter the word SHINE. Get a complimentary bottle of award-winning Nugenics, the #1 selling free testosterone booster at GNC. Nugenics is a unique man-boosting formula powered by Testofen, a patented key ingredient clinically researched to help boost your free testosterone levels, to help you feel stronger, leaner, with more energy and drive, more passion, too.
Here, try a bottle. And trust me, she'll like it, too.
Text 42424 and enter SHINE to get a complimentary bottle of Nugenics. Samples are not available in stores, so text 42424 and enter SHINE.
And welcome back, everyone, for the start of the second quarter. Mark Jones alongside Doris Burke and George Sedano. A great chat a moment ago with Jackie McMullen. Great backdoor cut and one for the bucket.
I love that Onuaku was lifted to the free throw line and just sensing immediately. They clear that side of the floor, Mark, and how about this? Good cut, good pass, right on the money.
Javonte
Green, yeah, exactly.
Coach Scott Morrison telling us prior to the game he has perhaps been the sleeper, the surprise of training camp and Summer League here so far in their workouts. A freak athlete, and we saw an illustration of that just a moment ago. Boston now leading by 7. Keeper Sykes running the show now for the Nuggets. Davis on the drive. Almost turned it over, and he does.
I think that was Javonte Green, which is one of the things they were telling us how good his hands are defensively.
Catch and shoot off the mark. Max Struss missing. Welsh hands it off. Sykes. Sykes is one of the top scorers in college basketball. Knocks down that long jumper. Sykes out of Green Bay. Played in Italy last year. Onuaku inside, looking for the foul. He claims he was pushed to the chest. Sykes back quickly the other way. Good ball movement by the Nuggets. And Welsh with the easy one.
Good job playing with pace, pushing the floor, getting in before the defense could settle.
That's really become, Doris, a part of the Denver Nuggets culture, not just with the Summer League team, but Mike Malone and the big team. They show a lot of continuity, a lot of passing. It's about synergy.
Well, and here's an example of it, right? First of all, look how much ground that first pass covers, and then the unselfishness. So 4 different guys touched that possession. That's beautifully done.
Onuaku, and that's going to be an offensive foul against him. Jordan Davis standing in there and took one in the chest. Davis out of northern Colorado. For your starter there, averaged 17.5 per game.
I'll tell you what, I mean, he's the all-time leading scorer there, but that was a nice defensive play. Good anticipation. That's somebody understanding that Mike Malone's going to take far more notice of the defensive ability I bring to the table than what I can do. They've got guys who can score it.
Onuaku about 50 pounds heavier than him, and I think Danny Ainge was just hit with a delay of game. Can you do that?
Apparently.
So I'm told. And he's always been a feisty type of guy. Waters missing the deep 3. Rebounded by Vanderbilt. A little grab and go action here for the Nuggets. Tough pass, never made it to its destination. Waters in transition, 3-on-1. Green had a green light.
Pretty pass. You know, that 3-on-1 or 3-on-2, because the trail defender was coming, it really couldn't take shape because they were on the strong side of the floor, but Waters, the perfect pass.
Vanderbilt up high. Late whistle, no foul called against Struss.
Watch Waters just master this. Pretty look. And Javonte Green does the right thing. He had a teammate on the right side, so he had to cut across Waters' body and get to the left. And